Well, a very Merry Christmas to you, my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas and holiday season wherever you may be viewing from. Gizmo, stop it. He's clawing at the door. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and we're in a very festive mood this year as we all enjoy the Christmas season with a renewed outlook of optimism. And we had the best Christmas gift I could get in November. So like I said, it's just a great season, and one that we're well overdue having. So I hope, that everyone is enjoying your friends, family, wherever situation you're in. And yes, tis the season. So I've got a pay dirt that was fitting for this one. Actually, it's one I had gotten, and I showed it on a video whenever I was doing a pay dirt, and because it came in that day while we were doing it, and then actually I forgot I had it. I found it whenever I was going to do the Ozark bucks that I'd won from Troubled One, and I'd gotten this from Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird. So I'm sorry, you guys. I just have so much different stuff. Anyway. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's not something you can buy. It is a special Missouri pay dirt. So it was like I said. I thought it was I'd gotten a message from them about wanting my address, so he was going to send me some stickers, and they also included this bag of pay dirt. So very cool, and thank y'all again. Like I said, we showed it on I can't remember what video it was. I was thinking whenever I found it must have been from, a couple of months ago. It was from August, the beginning of August. So, yeah, totally lost that one. At any rate, it is, like I said, a fitting pay dirt to do as a gift for the Christmas video here. Episode number 176 is what this is going to be, even though it is not one that's for sale. It's one that we're going to count as a pay dirt review for Christmas. I've also got the I spaced out on this one completely too. I spoke to the winner by proxy, more or less, and said they won, and forgot to announce the winner of last weekend's wrap up on the comment giveaway for the ornament, and it is already on its way and will be arriving Monday. But so I'll go ahead and show that. We did the random selector. So here's that now. All right, we've kicked on our screen recorder. I was narrating through this because the phone camera, when it's recording something on here, picks up outside, audio as well as what you're recording on it. But for some reason, you hear it starts at the beginning and then it is silent throughout the rest. So I did this on my phone, called it up. Here we got to do the math. Math required for these, yes. Some ciphering. And it calls up the comments. So we've got 17 comments. We hit the button here. Okay, there we go. And congratulations to Home Zoo and Prospecting. And so there we go. Congratulations to Home Zoo Prospect. Like I said, I'd spoken to Julie, and I don't know if she told him or not. So if he didn't know, congratulations, Dan. And thank you to everyone that entered a comment on that. And I know it went to a good home because she sent me the awesome Trump shirt. Or she and Dan sent me the awesome Trump shirt. So, So that being said, let's get started on this. Is supposed to be a little bit of challenge on this stuff. And I'm late getting this done. I've been baking for like 3 days straight on a variety of candies and baked goods. So yeah, it's I meant to get this done earlier, but here we are, and we're gonna try to. It's like I said, we've had it's a beautiful 70 degree, well 60, 65 degree. We're gonna be in the 70s by next week for Christmas, but as you can see, it's a very beautiful spring-like day here on the Bayou at Christmas, as it tends to be, and we've got a little decoration going on the stand. So actually, I'm still working on the as before we turn to the new Gold Epicenter of South Louisiana. When you look at the old Gold Center, we'll look at the new one here. I got my paint job on it, and you can see I've used a little bit of a spackling technique with a lighter blue on the dark, and then we'll have some gold. But that used to be a really popular technique back in the early 80s. And then you put a glaze over that on wood paneling. It was so I don't know. I might hit this one with some polyurethane. But you can see there how it's already, that's why I've got to put my supports across it on both sides of my 2x4s to keep it flat, because it's going to want to bow, and then some on the ends to curl, to keep it from curling. So basically box it from the other side. But it's 3/4 inch treated plywood, so it's going to hold up a little better than my 1/2 inch that's banging around here as we turn to the new gold epicenter of Christmas Gold Epicenter of South Louisiana. But yeah, you can see this one is going to rotting to pieces, but it's only a thin 1/2 inch treated. So this will be a little bit more substantial. Got reset here. I think we're good. But here is our bunch of goodies we got in from the Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird. We got some of their very cool stickers. I've got the, okay, yeah, here it is. And then a magnet. The classy classifier. We got the home of Momo the Monster from Missouri, USA. I'm not familiar with Momo. I guess he's probably like the skunk ape here. And Bigfoot up north, northwest. And then we've got a button. Oh. So very close. I sound my new board. I still think I'm going to do that, is put a piece of like burlap up on there or something on the corner so I can attach all the different pins that I've gotten. And then they sent a very nice note with it saying, "Hello, Bayou. I hope this message finds you doing well, my friend. Mama Bird and I have wanted you... I wanted you to have these channel stickers and stuff. Also, I'm including a small bag of Missouri cons with real Missouri gold. Please enjoy, GP and Mama Bird." So very, very nice. Thank y'all so much. And then there's his pay dirt bag with a very cool label on it. And then on the back it does say Missouri concentrated gravel from southeast Missouri. Missouri. Depends, I guess, where you're from. This concentrate is guaranteed to contain gold. I will be adding 0.25 grams to each bag to ensure that ooh-wee flash in the pan experience. This sounds like him, doesn't it? This is small flour gold from the 24th state in the Union, so I suggest you use a catch pan and go slow with this, just a spoonful at a time. This concentrated material is not and never will be for sale. The only way you can get this is to dig it yourself from the creek banks of Missouri, or have it given to you by the Gentleman Prospector. Good luck. So there we go. Very cool. Actually, my grandmother was from Missouri, and yeah, she was a great lady. So very cool. I miss her very much. Spent a lot of my years with her as a kid growing up, trying to figure out some way to go over there and stay more in Irving. I ended up living in her house when she passed away. She'd always wanted me to have it. And then my scumbag family, it was still my mom's name, never changed it over. And then they took it from me, got it in her name, then sold it and took it from her. And yeah, it just all went to hell from there in this family. But that's how I ended up here, because that just so happened when an opportunity came to go to New Orleans to rebuild it in 2006. And any other time, I would have been inclined to have had to pass on it because I couldn't leave my home there. But in that situation, I was going to be put out in the street by my sister out of my own house. That I'd grown up. It was our family home. So again, a little Christmas tale there of my family. Why, you see, I love my kitties and my puppy. I don't interact with basically any of my family. My dad's side was shit. They were the ones involved in it, and all my mom's side's gone. So it's I miss her. I miss her too this time of year for sure. But so yeah. On a more upbeat note, though, yes, it is, like I said, the memories live on, and it's great. I have great Christmas memories, especially my grandmother told me about seeing Santa Claus as a little kid. My God, I knew there was a Santa Claus because my grandmother told me there was, and she saw him as a little girl. And if my grandmother said it, then by God, it was true. Don't you dare. I'd be at school, a little kid, don't you can't tell me that. My grandmother told me that. I know it's true. But, yeah. But even as a little kid, I always kind of had that, nothing else is ever magical like they talk about the Santa Claus. And I haven't ever seen anything that suggested this was actually possible. But grandmother said it, so I wanted to really believe it. Even, like I said, even at 4 years old, I can remember being skeptical. But I was also the 5-year-old that challenged the nuns in catechism about where the dinosaurs fit in the Bible. And when they could explain that to me at 5 years old, I was already going, something ain't adding up here. Because I already knew, about, tens of millions of years and the dinosaurs and what had come way before the 6,000 years and the 7 days and all that. So at any rate, we've got us some material here. Like I said, we're going to split it up. It looks like most of it, from what it sounds like, is going to be in our... Looks like we've got a nice little... I thought that was peridot. It's a leaf. We have some organics in here. See some reds. Oh, and then there again. Oh, look, there's a peridot. No, it's that leaf I just threw out of the other piece. So, yeah, green leaf. So, all right, well, let's get some water set up. Check this out and see what we can find from the Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird, Missouri. All right, we're set up here. We've got our little Christmas trump, and my awesome little that's a $1.25 Dollar Tree Christmas tree. And see, it actually has LED in it that changes color. Runs on a couple little AAAs. It's very cool little. It looks really good in the dark. I was impressed. I'm gonna get a couple more of them for $1.25. But he's got a little mood music going in the back there. I don't know. Hopefully, I got to keep talking over it so that they don't get me for something, as we know. But they tend to do. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit. But yeah, Peanuts is always my classic go-to holiday show. None of the other Peanuts holidays. Well, Halloween and Thanksgiving were those were always the three. Any of them, the other ones, they did a bunch of them. Even I just saw something on the other day that they had done back even up before 72. We'll just go ahead and do that together. And I don't remember them being broadcast as a kid or worrying about watching them. There was the Charlie Brown Christmas and Halloween, and they were saying it was all about the Charlie Brown Christmas though, and saying how they didn't expect it when they saw it. Because it was a cartoon strip, and they were trying to still keep its character and not make it like a cartoon. But and then when they'd seen it when it was all said and done, and they were using kids for the first time instead of adults like they would normally use for voiceovers and all this different stuff. Nice little that went into it, and then what a huge hit it was. And they immediately wanted, like, 20 more, something like that. But yeah, it's I still call it up on. I don't have network television. I assume they still play it sometime every year. I had a message saying that Frosty was playing, but I've got that on Hulu. I actually already watched it this year. Had a nice chunk of pyrite in there. That's cool. Always like that those cubic pieces of pyrite. It looks like there's a few of them in there. But yeah, man, I still haven't even got my green rock. I haven't got my tree decorated. I got the lights all on it. And then I woke up the other morning and it was dark because I had it going at night. And I woke up and I realized it wasn't on. And I thought, oh, the cats had gotten it. Another cool piece of pyrite there that the cats had gotten into it, knocked it off or whatever, unplugged it. And it was plugged in, and I was looking on it all through it. There was this place where they'd kind of been pulled down off the tree that they've been doing. So I've got them all run, because all those kittens and two of the Guinevere and Bella, that's their first Christmas, as well as the 6 kittens. So they're all explored it, and it's a good one to climb up into on the lower branches because they're kind of sparse in between. Getting easy to eat. Low branches, easy to get up into for kittens. So I did add the jet dry to the water here, but yeah. So I was gonna plan on I'm gonna have to take all these lights off, and I looked about ordering some, and none of them were going to come in time. And I was just going, I'll just have to go get some regular string of lights and put up there and get new ones next year. And I'm looking at taking them down, and then I see a string, see on another side where it's hanging from where I had it on a limb, and there's a break in it where they chewed through it or played with it, pulled it down, but it's those LEDs, so they're a very thin wire. They're half the size of a regular old style, miniature Christmas lights. And so yeah, I got out a wire nut and stripped it down a little bit and wire nutted it back together. It worked fine. I said, well, shit, all right. I don't have to unwrap the damn tree. So yeah, normally I'd be putting the tinsel on it, but I just haven't done that. I was like, well, I can't put it on but halfway, so is there really any point of putting it on? Just hang some balls on it. But plus I had a 24-hour virus that hit. I had a neighbor and the people I painted the house for down the street called, and their new hot water heater, and 6 months old, was out, and she couldn't get it lit, and the husband's been deals with real terrible diabetes. He was just hospitalized, and they're sick, and or he was sick or whatever. He couldn't do anything about it. So, man, look at all that black sand in there. And so I go over there, and she comes out whenever, as I'm pulling up, and I go, and gives me a hug. And as she's hugging me, is telling me how sick she is with this stomach virus. And I'm just like, really? I didn't say that. I just kind of stepped back, and then went in there and got on my knees and was handling the damn stuff right there where she'd just been, fiddling around with it and trying to do it. So, literally within 12 hours that night, as I was asleep, I was feeling nauseous. In my sleep, I was like aware of, I didn't, never really woke up, but I was feeling it until in the morning. And all the next day, I never was terrible as far as like they had the, you know, coming out of both ends. I didn't have any of that. I just was sick at my stomach and didn't eat. But then I talked to my buddy. He comes by here that day whenever I was sick, and I'm telling him, man, I can't believe I ran into her and she hugged me. And then I don't know if it's psychosomatic that and he's like, dude, there's a terrible stomach virus going around. I'm like, no. Well, there you go. But it dragged on into the next day a little bit, but not nearly as bad. But I didn't, basically I just didn't eat anything but crackers and club crackers and 7-Up for a couple of days over it, just because I was so nauseous all the time. And I just couldn't believe she's sitting there hugging me, as for coming over there and doing that for her, as then telling me how sick he is, how sick they're both, so deathly sick. And jeez, people. But so yeah, that because I really couldn't, I couldn't be in there baking stuff when I was feeling bad and sick. Didn't want to smell it anyway, but I don't want to be cooking stuff I'm going to be giving to people for Christmas, stuff. So that put me behind. Fortunately, I'd already started. I meant to have it done 10 days ago. And as usual, literally slower than fucking Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone, though. Thank you again for joining me here. Look at that pretty little gold on the Bayou. Now, this is our 4th Christmas on the Bayou. I'm going to go downtown because they really kicked it up a notch this year. At the courthouse, the decorations, and they've got a new little plaza area they built after they rebuilt after Ida. And I've talked about it before. It's strings of lights like you'd have in places that don't have hurricane force winds. But They basically redid the whole little walkway in going up to the courthouse there, where the little shops and stuff and restaurants are. So it's pretty damn cool. But check that out, man. Very nice. Some Missouri Gentleman Prospector Gold. So I'm going to get this sucked up. We'll get through a bit more and come back with the finish of this pan. I went out there in the sun and went through my tailings. And I had 6 or 8 little tiny micro flakes that were still in there, but nothing too bad. So I was happy with that. That's why I rarely find anything in my tailings other than a speck or two just like that, because I go through the pan before I dump it out at least a couple of times until I don't find anything holding at the top, because you can wash it down a couple of times if it got past you the first time. Just the whole trick of that when you're dealing with that super fine gold is when you get down to that last bit of material trying to get it free is controlling that water so that it's barely moving over the pan, which can be very tricky. Or you turn to do something and it just washes, before you know it, and damn, all that work, you got to start over because you just did a swoosh that carried a bunch of little tiny pieces down at the bottom of the pan. That's why it's so challenging to get all your fine gold out. There's some fine gold that just went out in the bottle number 70 for the Christmas Bayou. Someone picked up and wanted a bit of a challenge on that, so it's going to be difficult. Leave it at that. And I don't. It's a gift. I don't know if they're getting it yet or not, or if they know it's coming. So they will on Monday. But yes, it's a very nice person buying a bottle of pay dirt to to give for Christmas. And there's still, I've got the Better Than Lynch bags. This stuff, when I get out there in the sun, you can see there's a lot of tiny garnets in this. Is a garnet. There's one right there. There's some more of them there. Garnet sand that really show up good in the sun. But that's part of what makes it difficult too, is because those garnets are pretty dense and they hold with that gold as well. But you can see we've got a pretty good batch of fine stuff showing up again. So I'm going to get this down a little more and we'll check it out. All right, well, we're a little cleaner now. I've mentioned this before as well, but for you guys that watch it, can I get it to zoom in? There we go. There's some garnets hanging up in there. But you guys that watch me do this, if you were doing it wanting to pan this fine gold out, you want to pick it up when it's visible, like that, like right there where you've got a clean section. You'd want to tap it back like that, get you separated from your group because you've got some exposed, and then suck that up. But I tend to wait until I get all of it together, and you can see I almost just washed that down to this side. There's a speck still that got away because as I was showing that, I tilted the pan and washed sideways. So yeah, you want to, I mean, unless you just, like I said, it's more challenging to to keep dancing around with all of it and not pick it up. And then again, there's some that there is some that you just, like the Kinkies comes to mind, and the Gold Nugget Sales Double Black Diamond. You have to grab that one as soon as it comes out, because it is so fine and so hard to handle. But yeah, that's one thing I've always gotten comments, not many, but from time to time, people about my panning and how I slop through it or slop around. But you got to remember, I've been doing this at least once a week for 4 years now, every every week, and have done every kind of material basically from all around the world, thanks to some awesome pay dirt vendors that we have, as well as great YouTube channels and pay dirt people from all around the world. So yeah, I'm what you see going on that looks like it's kind of haphazard or quick or sloppy is just what's developed over the years of getting it done quick for the camera, for the videos, not wanting to dally around. And like I said, if I was finding large amounts of gold in my bottom of my pan all the time or in my tailings, then I would definitely have to adjust for it. But my style works for me. So like I said, the most important part is when you get to the end right there, like this, and you got to work that water so gently And you can see there's still the last couple of little garnets that don't want to give it up. So it's some pretty gold, some very beautiful gold. So we will get that up. We'll pick those last little garnets out whenever when we go. Give it a swish here real quick and see if anything pops out at me before I take it over there in the what's left of the sun. Also, just as a side note, anybody that does order any of the big 5-pound bags, at least while supplies last, we'll get a Bayou cookie sampler. I can't guarantee the condition that they'll come in the mail, but yeah, just as a little sidebar there. So you can see right there we've got some little tiny, a few probably from where I turned away there earlier, but just that slightest little bit of movement, and then I tap them up there and see those two little specks. Okay, so all right, not bad. It looks like that was it. I'm gonna still go out there and run it through in the sun. Like I said, I got a little bit of light left. Well, damn, I forgot. Pick a number. Any number, as long as it's the same number I picked for Christmas here on the Bayou. And win a prize. I did so many in Halloween that we didn't do any in basically on through November. And yeah, I thought, well, shit, gotta do something for Christmas. I haven't even made it up yet. I was started to do this, and I realized, well, damn, yeah, it's Christmas. I gotta do something. So it's a Christmas surprise. Guess the number. Of course, it's between 1 and 100. You'd want to do this with a by the spoonful too, if you're not used to doing black sand, because it is pretty challenging with that, especially with, again, those tiny garnet sands that are in here. I found a few tiny, again, the micro specks that I could only see out there in the sun, even with the light on the camera. Man, I broke down and bought a PlayStation 4 on Marketplace for $100 with how many? 6 games, 7 games. They're just they're all the shooting games that I never can remember the name. It's the war game that everybody plays, and there's Grand Theft 5, which I never liked Grand Theft from the start. I haven't had a game station since my Xbox that I'd gotten whenever I brought with me when I came down here from Texas in 2006, and ended up getting stolen from me. Like, everything that I owned got stolen out of my house in New Orleans, Harahan, and yeah, I had never had another one since. And I played, the Facebook game, a couple of those, and World of Warships. But I don't have a laptop I can do that on anymore, so I haven't done that in a long time. World of Warships was kind of fun, but so yeah, I've got I tried loading. It had Final Fantasy 15, which I loved Final Fantasy 8 from my original PlayStation, and played through that, and printed out the walkthrough so I could get through the damn game without taking forever. But jeez, man, it's the most boring damn thing I've ever had. This stupid, all the games I don't want to watch a movie. I want to play a damn game. All of them have these. I played through some of it, and it's like, no, all right, let's see what else. And I have Fallout 4 and it was a little better, but again, it just seemed boring. I just got Batman Arkham. I'm gonna trade all the games to what do you call it? Oh yeah, it's Call of Duty. That's the all the Call of Duty games. She liked those, and Sniper. One of them's a sniper game. But I like space shit. I like zombie shooting. I know some of the Call of Duty had like zombie mode. It'd be nice to play some Star Wars games, but they're all just as woke and trashy as the movies now that they put out, and all the shows that they've put out. So forget that. But yeah, man, I was like, I don't, and I had to log in on the PS system to even play it. That's what I told the girl. I said, I don't want to have to go online. I just want to be able to put in a game and play it. And she's like, oh yeah, and no, I got to go online. I got to be online. The first game it loaded up was going to be like, it'll be loaded up in 108 minutes or something. Like, what the shit, you know? But then in like after 20 minutes or something, it's like you can start playing, you know, before it's done. But so yeah, I got Batman Arkham Knight, I think it is. The girl said her son liked that one up at GameStop. Resident Evil was a good one from original PlayStation, because it was actually kind of would spook you. I can remember playing it, you know, alone in my house, and those things coming after you. And it'd actually be, you know, you'd feel a little urgency, and you know, it was definitely the first times playing it through. But again, subsequent games like that I found to be very lacking, and I've watched the walkthroughs that people do on them on YouTube. But yeah, I decided, I mean, I looked up the different prices. It had just come out available, and I was like, yeah, I had to buy. She didn't have the cord to charge the controller with, so I had to go up to. I didn't know it whenever I got it, but I just went up. They had it at Walmart for like $5. So I thought, well, that's cool, because it's old now. It's old technology, I guess. So I'm sure if it was for whatever the newest system is, it would have been $20. But yeah, I like having that. I think wasn't the PlayStation 4 like one of these that was $600 when it came out new a few years ago? But yeah, it runs great. Main thing I've been using it for is watching my South Park DVDs. I had an old Sony DVD player, but I'd just never bothered anymore. But now that I've got it hooked up for that, I've been putting those in, and it's great on DVDs and Blu-rays. So unfortunately, there's no Redbox anymore to get dollar Blu-rays from. So whatever. So yeah, I'm still waiting to find something that's going to make it worth just not, besides having $100 disc player to. I thought I saw a little something there. So, but yeah, so far I just find it really boring and disappointing. For my, I was thinking, well, I'll get it for Christmas, because I buy gold all the time, but other than spending thousands of dollars on cats and the dog, I never really buy anything and stuff for the house or for stuff that's for them. So I decided to, for $100, I'd go for it. So, but yeah, a lot of black sand, a lot of garnet sand. I went ahead and ran it through here since I did the. I need to go look in the sun, because I think that is a speck there that I keep seeing. But yeah, we ought to have time to hit the number by now. Here we are at the bottom of our last pan, and we have a a beefy little amount of very fine gold, and I'm seeing some wire gold in there. So we are going to see. I got those little pieces over on this side that are wanting to walk. Man, it is dropped about 5 degrees just in the last 10 minutes out here. A little bit of a breeze and a distinct coolness that replaced that kind of 65-degree warm Gulf breeze. It's kind of shifted around from, feels like the northeast here. We're going to go ahead and get what we can while it's clean, just because we're going to have that fine stuff left to recover. See a few little specks right there already. We tap those up, we walk them right up to the top. Get those out. You see, we didn't hit this stuff with the magnet because I already knew it had, black sand in it. But that's why we're keeping our sand where it's staying evenly dispersed and not clumping up and trapping the gold at the top, like you guys saw when we did the test on the whatever that other pay dirt was that had the black sand in it, with and without the magnet. Drastically changed the behavior of that stuff. So yeah, highly recommend if you're not pulling the stuff out, if you're just sucking it up to see how much is in there and then you drop it back in your pan, it's going to make it tougher for you to get your gold away from it, because it's going to hold that magnetic charge, depending on what your material is, sometimes really strong, and you'll get this stuff clumping together and make it really tough to free up that gold from it. So, all right, yeah, the family's out over there, so we're gonna kill without my lapel mic. There's no noise reduction or noise background masking. I always forget until I'm actually on here doing this to order the damn thing. I'm gonna do that as soon as I finish recording this. When I go in, I'm gonna order it up. See what we got here. I did not see anything else with the zoom, but I know we got some fine gold that's in here. I just heard the little wee 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 of the drone. My neighbor's got a drone that it sends up, and I don't know that I'd be flying those around anywhere these days. Is that not crazy shit now that they're, it makes total sense that they would be searching for so-called misplaced, lost nuclear waste. Considering, if you recall who was in charge of America's nuclear waste, yeah, this guy that stole the women's clothing out of the suitcases out of the airport, and then was wearing their clothes and got busted by the woman who was a designer, wearing her own custom design clothes at a function in the government, and just, you can't make this shit up for these deviant scumbags. But that, you could just consider that's what the entire administration's supporting staff is pretty much made of, is nothing but DEI, incompetent, deviants, mentally ill, you name it. So I could definitely see one of these scumbags, just through incompetence, losing it. Although there's so many tiers that you have to go through between the people that ship it and handling it, all the documentation that has to go on with it. But yeah, I could see them being much more concerned about, a dirty bomb. And just consider one of those drones could haul a dirty bomb up, 1,000 feet in the air and detonate and just rain radioactivity down over any city, you know, with you know, just nothing to stop it apparently. But yeah, the fact that if they say anything about it, you know, whatever comes out of their mouth is a damn lie. So all right, well, that is some beautiful gold from Missouri. Very nice. We are in, and yes, the temperatures continue to drop out there, so it's good timing to wrap this up. So our Christmas live chat giveaway for 2024 is number 73. Just a totally random pick there, number 73. Congratulations to the winner of that. Again, I'm not sure I have time to get anything made up before I have this posted, but either way, you won something. Christmas, it'll be good, I promise. So there's our gold. Very nice. You can see there's some pretty tiny stuff in there. Very pretty gold color. So let's go ahead and hit our scale. I guess we can zoom out from that. All right, we're at 20 on our scale. I went through my tailings, and I had probably about 6 or 7 little tiny specks that made it through, and that was it. So that was good. So let's see. It sure looks like we got our 1/4 gram there for sure. Well, damn, 0.477. Well, there you go. That's a pretty beefy over a 1/4 gram guarantee on that. So very nice. Thank you so much, Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird. Some very, like I said, some very nice goals, some challenging stuff for sure. And we've got, he said, I love the fine gold, just the way it looks. Like I said, there's a few dark pieces in there, but that is still gold. And then I think there are a couple of little grains of sand that made it through, and that's one little quartz speck there. Yeah, very nice. Like I said, I just love the way this stuff moves when you plow through it there with the little tip of your toothpick. So Missouri gold. Like I said, a lot of fun, and it was a very cool and timely bag to do here for Christmas. So thank you again. A lot of fun. Yeah, it's not bad for a super zoom there. Like I said, it almost moves like liquid whenever you get a batch of that stuff where it's really fine. Well, there we go. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I sure thank you all again for joining me here and allowing me into your homes, especially on the Christmas season. A big thank you out also to Uncle Jimmy, who I just received a postcard from. I've got a number of these that he has sent me over the years from Florida this time. It says, this is for December 2024. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Had a chance to get out of the Northwest to catch a little sun. Uncle Jimmy out west on YouTube. So very cool. He's out there in Florida enjoying the same beautiful weather I'm sure that we're experiencing here. Yes, there's my little guy. We gotta have Gizmo in to say hello, right? And there's my other little baby Torty. Yeah, what are you doing? You on my leg? Looks like her mama. Yeah, my little sweeties. They're due to go up and get adopted. So yeah, thank you again once also to Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird for the awesome pay dirt bag. Again, I apologize for forgetting about it. And it definitely did not diminish the enjoyment or appreciation of it. So Thank you again, my friends, and I hope all of you are having a very Merry Christmas there as well. So, yeah, I guess until the next time, which I'm not sure, we'll probably do something here before next week's Christmas. If not, then I will definitely see you on the end of catch you in between Christmas and New Year's there. But I think we'll probably do something in between, right? Right? So, if you have not done so yet, I'd appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. We're only a couple away from 1,200, so that would be cool to get 1,200 in December for Christmas. We appreciate it, right? And appreciate all of you as well. So, thank you again, and especially thank you to all the channel members. Thank you all so much for your support. We've got a number of them that have been there for over 8 months now. I can't believe we're already pushing, going into a year of that. So time just flies ridiculously. But very much appreciate it. We're going to be doing a channel member giveaway that as well. Yes, he's a good boy. Yeah, he's excited. He's still getting off and chasing his first possum up a tree last week. He felt like he accomplished something. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and until the next time. Peace out, my friends.